Hello everyone, welcome once again to my YouTube channel. It's me, your good girl, efficient Elizabeth. So how y'all doing? In this lockdown slash pre-recession era, generally, in spite of everything, the Rona V and all of that. You know the Rona V happening now globally and the resultant effect of the lockdown, well, globally, even though currently several nations and then provinces and states and all whatnot are beginning to relax the lockdown laws. However, I really want us to talk today, okay? I wanted to talk about what I have chosen to term the merits of the lockdown. The merits of the lockdown 2020. Now, someone listening to this might wonder aloud, how can there be any advantage, from or resulting from the lockdown? How can it even have any merit or any good side at all? Stay put if you want to know. Grab your popcorn, your cup of ice cream, or your yogurt, whatever it is you love. Stay tuned. Let's find out. Don't you want to find out? Everybody has got their own stories to tell. Some good, some bad, some not so good, some so, some not bad. But generally, guys, you know how they say that the pessimist is he who chooses to see the cup half empty, and then the optimist is he who chooses to see the cup half full. Yeah. Thankfully, I just happened to fall in the class of the optimists. I choose to see the cup half full all the time. This is not to say I'm not human and sometimes I'm not pressurized by the vagaries and vicissitudes of life, or that in fact I do not feel the pinch or pang of some of these harsh circumstances of life. That's not true. We all do, yeah? Being humans. But all I'm trying to say is I just try. I really do try. I'm not perfect. I just try to not let this, unwelcome circumstances to weigh me down and take my mind off of the good times or the good things or the good situations of life. That being said, I'll quickly enumerate and explain what remember it's my opinion, okay, yeah? What I consider to be the merits of this lockdown session or lockdown period 2020. One, in no particular order, guys, in no particular order. One, first off, I just think that this lockdown period will make very many human beings, very many people the world over to value family. Oh yeah, to really value family. Trust me, this rat race of the thing, wake up so early, jump out of bed, take a bath, grab a cup of tea, off, go to work, and late at night you're back, especially if you live in, such densely populated cities, no offense to anyone, as Lagos, Port Harcourt, well, more especially Lagos, and some other very, highly populated cities in the world. I mean, not all of them. I'm just using the one where I'm very familiar with in my part of the world, Nigeria, Lagos, and all that. Especially if you live in such cities where those who fall under the umbrella of the working class, quote unquote, have to wake up so early, even sometimes at the expense of their children's, giving time to their children, so to say, leaving all their children's cares and all of that in the hands of employed domestic staff, jump to work, they return so late at night to relax and wake up so early in the morning, and on and on and on this rat race goes. So I feel that especially for such class of people, especially, it helps them, this period now, forced everyone to take a break, sit back and really look at what truly matters in life. And it's simple, family ranks the top of the list right after your God. Then second, remember I said no particular order, guys. So none takes preeminence over the other. No, there's really no order. I didn't pre-plan a list or something. Second, and really, of course, most important of them is God time. God time. We might choose to tell me differently. Some might say spiritual time. Some might say meditation time. Some might say self-reflection time. You know, with the spirit. Generally, bottom line, God time. I just feel like this recession, this lockdown period rather, would first make a lot of people, which is a good thing anyway, will make a lot of people to sit back and, oh well, they'll be forced, you know, even if ordinarily they didn't have that disposition, to really ponder out the Word of God, go through it, digest it, soak it in, try to understand it, and bask in His rich promises, and renew themselves again anew spiritually. That way, they stand in a better place spiritually now, and of course, by God's grace, after this lockdown period is over, because it's going to be over. It won't last forever, yeah? So I feel like that's me time spiritual growth, if you like, is really another very important aspect, you know, or good thing, or merit that results from this lockdown for many, many folks. Yet another is rest. Rest, oh yes, R-E-S-T, rest. Okay, some might call it taking a break, some might call it cooling off, some might call it letting your hair loose, some might call it unwinding, some might call it chilling, some might call it relaxing, some might even call it binge watching time. If you know, you're not right, or Netflixing time, or YouTube watching time, whatever. Anyway, bottom line, rest is good. No, I'm no medical practitioner, nor anything of the sort, but I happen to know, okay, especially if you're the type that, like me, has been following international discourse over, you know, in recent times, over the past months, about the importance of rest. The World Health Organization has spoken a lot about it. Several organizations and sub-bodies under international organizations have written several articles online in journals, internationally acclaimed journals, and all that about the importance of rest. That it cuts short stress, you know, and helps you avoid, you know, these terminal diseases that result from, aka lifestyle diseases that result from stress or lack of rest. In other words, rest is a very important thing that this lockdown has forced everybody, well, except you don't want to rest, purposely, everybody, so to say, to have or observe. And trust me, it's very important, it's good, yeah? People, there are folks who, before now, in the quest to earn their daily bread, put food on the table, which is all good and necessary as humans, right? You know, the quest for all of that, dashing out, dashing back in, the hula baloo of daily thriving and all that, and still having to come back and take care of the families and all of that, you know, the quest for all that, have hardly had any time to sit back once in a while, say one day in each week, even if, to say, oh, today is just, I'm just going to rest, okay? I'm just going to send my kids off to school, take a shower, pray, and go to sleep. This period now has forced such ones, and in fact, everyone, to rest. Yeah, rest, which is very important. As much as making money is good, oh, it is very good. And we can really not avoid it here, because if we don't take care of ourselves as adult humans, who will anyway? Albeit, rest, the importance of rest can never be overemphasized. So I just feel like this lockdown period has really made all of us to, be forced to rest. Next, I think that this lockdown period has to be called a forced vacation. Oh yes, compulsory vacation that everyone has to take. Well, we've all had to take a compulsory vacation from life as we know it. Yes, I choose to term it life as we know it, or as we knew it. You know, hopefully it comes back to the way we knew it, because when it started, it was really all like a bad dream for everyone, and even a nightmare for some. But like I said, stay in the class of the optimist. Let's see the cup half full, never half empty, and be grateful that in fact there's still water in the cup anyways, no matter how little. So this has given all of us the first vacation. Yeah. No, it does not matter anymore. We all do not have to be like those rich folks who once or twice or even 4 times or thrice in a year packed up their baggage, cleared the house, packed the entire family and said, you know what, we're hopping on a plane, we're going on vacation in Paris, in France, in Bali, in Malaysia, in Dubai, in New York, wherever it is, all those fancy places in the world. So, well, you don't need money now for this one. All of us have been opportune. Yeah, I see this as an opportunity anyway, because from every bad event or circumstance arises good things. So I've seen it as an opportunity that all of us have had to go on a vacation. Yes, the vacation may be in our house, but vacation is a vacation, right? Vacation is a vacation. Venue or place, regardless, a vacation is, for all intents and purposes, a vacation. You feel me? Yeah, so it has forced all of us to take a forced or a compulsory vacation. Yet another merit of the lockdown, from my point of view, like I said, is the fact that this has made a lot of people make good resolutions about their lives, like good resolutions, man, honestly. Where some folks before now were indecisive about what to do with their lives and stuff, now they're like, wow, so this is how fleeting life can be here. So I'll be up one day and the next day I'll just know that I will hear that this world is ended or has come to an end. So this is like a shadow of what is to come. Oh, wow, when this lockdown is over, I'm going to get up, dust my ass off, and I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to plunge to investment in stuff. I'm going to start a small business on a small scale, even if it's 5,000 naira. I'm just going to make good use of my life. I cannot keep wasting away. No, I just have to keep things rolling once this period is over. So they're like grateful that they have a second chance now to make things right here. That's on the one hand. And then yet another merit is refocus. Oh, this has made a lot of people, and it's a good thing here, many of us, to have refocus about life. It's giving people the opportunity to sit back now, and then, because you're really not going anywhere, after your house chores, your mommy duties for some of us, your morning bath, your prayers, your family time, cleaning up your house, you left a lot of time. So many have been forced to sit back and just refocus. Okay, refocus. Like, okay, before this lockdown thing started, I was into this, I was into that. How did I fare? What did I not like about it? This was what I was saying I was going to change. I kept postponing, I was going to change. But now I'm going to, this has really shown me that any moment life can go topsy-turvy. It may not be life as we know it anymore. So I am going to refocus. Now, my priority list is going to be ranking from this down to this, or I'm going to have to do, opportunity cost as regards social aspect, the social list, I have stuff. Anyway, generally, bottom line, refocus. Then, yet again, I just feel like this period of lockdown has made some folks to be quieter. Yes, quieter. Really, let's all be frank here. We all know that every human cannot be the same anyways. We know that there's this class of people who are gossips, right? They don't sit in their own houses. They may or may not have a job. They just finish their house chores, both male and female. It's not restricted to any class or any gender. Did I hear you say female? I've seen men that girls up, man. Okay, that's enlightenment. But still, there's been that class of people. There's always been that class of people world over who do not mind their business, do not like to mind their business, visit on impulse, even a nuisance visit to people who did not expect them to visit and stuff like that. I just feel that this lockdown, stay in your house thing, isolate yourself thing, quarantine yourself thing has been able to curb that excess. It has been able to curb that excess. Where will you see road to work out or vehicle to take you to go and be giving somebody surprise nuisance visit, gossiping and throwing all sorts of gist left, right and center, and being quoted here and knocking people's heads together and all that stuff. So just put that trash to an end. And hopefully it makes them remain quiet, happily ever after, even after this lockdown is over. Thank you. Then, yet another merit. This period has helped, so many folks to, should I say, learn to be generous? Oh yeah, learn to be generous. The few folks, maybe not few in fact, I don't know many anyway, but I know that what I'm saying is a fact. I may not know so many of such kind of people, but I do know that there are folks who are quite stingy. They're quite stingy. What some people in Nigeria would like to call Aradites. Some people's hands or fists have been glued with Aradites, imaginary Aradites, that even if they have surplus, they think like their cup is full and running over and pouring on the floor and flowing and wasting. They'd rather not give it out. Yeah, those kind of folks here who have plenty and withhold more than is meat, like the Bible puts it. I just feel like this period has helped some of them or made some of them, like, has touched their hearts. Yeah, those who thankfully by God's grace have had that good conscience to that has pricked them to reach out to their relatives or folks around them. So I just feel like this period has helped such folks to learn the importance of generosity, having suddenly come to the realization of the fact that, wow, last we're all human, that I have so much in abundance, this person doesn't have it all of us are fighting a common enemy now, the Rona. You understand what I mean? The Rona V. Okay, so I just gotta help. My brother is drowning. Let me reach out. Last, all of us must see the same blood there in our body. The way this person is susceptible to this thing is how I'm susceptible. So let me reach out. So it has helped folks who got conscience at least to learn generosity. Hopefully, as well, this lasts ever after, even after the lockdown. Then, yet another. I feel like this period has made some people realize who values them and who doesn't. Yeah. Yes. Am I shaking a table? Are you on that table? Sorry, sit tight, okay? I'll try to make you not to fall. Anyway, on lighter notes, shaking a table or not, it is what it is here. The truth is what it is. The truth, nothing else. I just feel like this period has, made many folks, like I said, to realize who really values me and who doesn't. Like those folks who, if any stuff happened to me today, wouldn't even give a damn. Like they won't bat an eyelid. Like their breath will not cease. Life will go on as usual. And those folks who I really matter to, yeah, that's what I feel like this period has made everyone realize. And that does not consist in only giving alms or giving out charity by way of food, money, clothes and stuff. It even much more than that consists or comprises reaching out to folks via phone calls, SMSs, emails, WhatsApp chats, Instagram DMs, you name it, right? That's even a very great part of reaching out that I'm talking about, So this period has made many of us realize, oh, even this person who, wow, it's been long they contacted me, wow, so I matter to this person, that's cool. Also, stuff like that. So I feel like this has really opened or shined everyone's eyes as regards that aspect. Then another thing. This one's gonna touch. It's gonna touch some people in the middle of heart. Okay, yet another thing I think is a merit of this period is you know, taking a drawback from a decision, a bad decision we might have been about to make. Let me tell you guys what I mean. I heard a story some weeks back, was it on the radio? Was it on the radio or TV? Well, whichever it was, I can't recall exactly, but I do know that I had a report like that with my own ears from, from the electronic media, where a reporter was interviewing, folks on the street, and then this young lady was happening to be interviewed, and she disclosed that, as at this time I heard this, it was in early April, very early April, last month, that is, very early April of 2020, where she was interviewed, and she disclosed that her wedding was to take place in, say, 2 weeks' time from that day of the interview, 2 weeks' time. So she had gone way ahead of time to the guys, her in-laws, to be place. Well, apparently the way she put it, they were all living in the same state, but in different towns of that state. So she had gone like 2 weeks, or, well, since she was giving this interview, then let's say 3 weeks ahead to her in-laws' place, and they were all planning together. And then suddenly, one day, while still in her in-laws' place, the lockdown had caught up with her. Remember, the lockdown law of that state, the particular state she mentioned, had already, some states had this lockdown law come into effect way before others, yeah? Remember that? So that state was one of the earliest ones to experience lockdown law or situation generally. So she was caught up in her in-laws to be house. Meanwhile, their wedding was next 2 weeks from that day of the interview she was giving. And then she realized that her husband had been married earlier. Her husband to be rather had been married earlier, which of course he did not disclose to her. She had gone to that relationship believing of a truth, according to her, that he was a confirmed bachelor. So it happened to turn out that he had been married, and that in fact his people knew about it. So they had succeeded in, pulling the wool over her eyes and blinding her into a relationship she was feeling would be happily ever after. But for this lockdown, so it opened her eyes to a terrible decision she was going to make about her life, if not God that brought this lockdown and opened her eyes to reality, because she was living in their house. So somehow the truth came out while she was there. So at the end of the interview, she just happened to give a statement that I considered quite touching. She said that she thanks God for this lockdown, that it opened her eyes and made her not to make a very terrible mistake, which she would have ended up regretting, because at no point in her youthful days did she ever imagine, dream, or admire becoming a second wife to any man. So you understand what I mean now, right? So that's just one example. There may be 1,000 other examples. Maybe wrong business decisions people would have taken before this lockdown, and now it has opened their eyes, or well, they've even spent all their savings anyway. So indirectly, God may have been protecting them from delving into such, not so good enterprises or bad enterprises. So, guys, I also feel like this has taught very many people the importance of savings, like developing a saving culture, because this lockdown period has depleted a lot of folks' savings, has depleted our savings so badly that we even begin to wonder and, thank God, in fact, that we even had savings. So one begins to say, so imagine I didn't have savings at all. From where would we begin? So it has helped a lot of people realize or better uphold the culture of savings, and those who didn't have that culture before will now resort to begin it, because it has dawned on everybody, I guess, that world could go topsy-turvy any day, man. So why not learn how to save a lot and possibly invest, save there from, invest and all of that. So in times like this, God willing, we can still somehow take things in our stride and weather the storm. Yeah? So that's another merit of this lockdown period. having outlined these, few merits of the lockdown from my own eyes, remember, I just feel like I have touched on the many things, the many merits I felt I had observed.